Team Toyota, I-12 at O'Neill.
It's a show. Let's go.
Nell Carter.
Nell Carter, give me a break.
Okay. All right.
Show. From
Happy
the
day
80s?
after Christmas?
Yeah.
80s.
So Liz and I had what we thought was
Yes.
a great idea yesterday. We
Okay.
joined some friends. I picked her up about 5:30, and we joined some friends and had dinner, Christmas Day dinner at Sullivan's.
Which was lovely.
One of the few handful of restaurants that were open. And we get there at 5:45, and they said, well, we're a little behind. I know you're reserved for 6, a little behind. We got seated at like 7:20 and got home at 9:30, 9:45.
Uh-huh.
I went to bed,
Okay.
but your night continued.
Do we have a story for you? Yes, so right about 10 o'clock, I'm taking out the trash, making sure everything is done for the night. And I have a wreath on my front door. I noticed it was drying out, so I go to spray water on it to make sure that it's lively.
At 10 at night.
Yes, well, that's the ADD in my brain, just saying, okay, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. I spray it, and then a lizard comes out of it
my
from
goodness.
underneath. And it's on my front door, and so I see it goes down the front door, under it, and into the house. And so I'm trying to kill it with the shoe. Right? And it's about half a shoe size. It's a pretty long lizard. So I'm screaming, and mind you, sorry neighbors, it was 10 o'clock at night. I was screaming, trying to whack it. So the door was opening, it was vacillating back and forth as I tried to kill the lizard because it kept running, playing dead, and I thought it was dead, and I was trying to sweep it out of the house. And so I was screaming loudly. I'm, again, sorry about it, and I kept yelling, get out, get out, get out. Well, evidently, it looks like a crime scene is going on. So about 30 minutes later, 10:30, 2 East Baton Rouge Sheriff's deputy ring the doorbell. Bo is freaking out. And so we go to the door, and then the 2 deputies are like, ma'am, is there a situation going on here? I was like, no, what's going on? I assumed that they would need a witness to something else going on. They're like, we got a call from a neighbor saying a man was beating a woman and was pulling her hair behind the door and yelling, get out, get out, get out. I'm like, oh no. I was trying to kill a lizard and I was screaming and I kept yelling, get out, get out, get out. But apparently to the person walking their dog or something at the time, to a witness, because the door kept opening, it looked like I was being pulled behind the door and being beat. So I was like, no, that was me just killing a lizard. I am so sorry. But I'm really grateful to the neighbor who called 911 in case I was in danger. I'm so grateful that the deputy showed up to make sure I was okay, and they lingered around for a while to make sure I was okay.
I mean, it's kind of the whole thing with the nosy neighbor. I mean, they thought they heard something they heard
Right.
wrong, but I guess they did the right thing.
Yes.
They thought there was some foul play. And did you end up getting the lizard?
I did. I
killed
finally,
it.
well, so I killed it. It was playing dead for a while. I finally got it out of the house and slammed the door shut, which also probably looked jarring to the neighbor, right? They don't know what's going on. And so I'm like, okay, well, mission accomplished. I got the lizard out of the house. And that thing was pesky. That thing was so pesky, played dead for a while, kept going under the door, out of the door, because it wanted to play a warm place, I'm assuming, to stay.
Probably.
Oh.
So the mistake that you made was trying to use a shoe.
That,
Okay,
screaming loudly at 10 o'clock
next time
at
you have a
night?
lizard, this is what you do. You're gonna wet like a big towel
Yeah.
and throw the wet towel over them.
Really?
Yeah, and then
Just
you could
pick it up.
And then you
No.
just pick it
Pick
up.
the lizard
and then
up.
you just
Oh,
gently
no, I'm
pick it
not
up.
picking it up.
See, I'm impressed that you stomped it. If I can see the eyeballs,
Oh, no.
I don't stomp.
No.
I have never stomped a lizard.
I know.
I
me
try
either.
not to
I
make
pick 'em
eye
up and move
contact.
them and put them out in the
I
yard
can't
or
touch it. What
whatever.
if it slithers out from between your fingers and then you put it further into the house?
The wet towel.
Well, then
Wet towel.
you'll have another chance to catch it when you see it again.
Oh no, it's not going to live with me. It's not paying
So
rent.
the moral of this story is,
Yes.
if we can't get noontime reservations at Sullivan next year, we ain't going out.
That is the moral of the story. It was too late at night to be doing all of that. All of that.
Well,
Yes.
my lamb chops were kind of worth it. But
Yes,
I'm
they
tired
were.
this morning because you get
Boy.
in that late and you can't get right to sleep. I can't eat after a heavy meal.
No,
Yeah,
it's
me
hard
neither.
to.
So I saw the clock at 11,
Yeah.
12, and 1,
Oh, bless.
and you were like freaking out about a lizard until 2.
Yeah, when did you go to sleep?
Because
You know, late night.
I know I felt bad, and then the sheriff's deputies came and maybe about 11:30,
Okay.
midnight.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I stayed up watching the football game, so I went to sleep kind of late too. So
Come on.
none of us had any sleep.
Okay, but
There
you had a
go.
good Christmas.
I had a good Christmas,
Good.
yes. Family, everything went well. So, and
Good.
food is delicious. I've got the proof right here.
I love
Yep.
it. I love it. That's overall a good day. A good
The
day to
holidays
all.
are supposed to be for.
Absolutely. And thank you to our first responders who
Yes.
worked them also. Jared, I know that something they're keeping their eyes on today is certainly the fog, though. It's another day of it.
Yeah, and you know what? We were looking good in the Baton Rouge area. I say we were looking good because now we're starting to see the fog form a little bit later in the morning. There it is now over the river, and you can see the building is obscured, but the visibility not terrible right now in the downtown area. Very mild, very muggy, 65 degrees, nearly 100% relative humidity. Yesterday was another unseasonably warm day, getting to 78, closer to the record than the actual normal high for this time of year. So it looks like that's going to continue. More fog today, more fog tomorrow, and more warm temperatures over the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But the big day of transition is going to be on Monday. That's when the strong cold front comes to town, going to give us an Arctic blast, so much so that we're expecting freeze territory Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning, 30 degrees and 28 degrees respectively for the Baton Rouge area. And when we get there, you're going to want to protect 3 out of the 4 Ps. I didn't check pipes. We probably already have the pipes wrapped from the last go round, but these two numbers right here do not suggest a hard freeze, rather back-to-back light freezes. Each night we should see a duration of between 4 to 8 hours. So yeah, what a difference a few days are going to make. There's the dense fog advisory for today. By the way, we're going to get one more for tomorrow. I know you're getting sick and tired of these. Now BTR Airport down to 5 miles visibility, half a mile in Lafayette, quarter of a mile New Iberia, and up and down the I-55 from Hammond to Macomb, about a half-mile visibility over there. Remember to use your low beams, not your brights. Remember to leave extra time, extra space between the folks in front of you. Watch out for kids, but of course schools are closed for today and for the next week. There you see, once we get rid of the fog, we're not going to see that much. It will become partly cloudy. A nice day, nothing really doing across the region. So if you're traveling anywhere close by, you should be good to go. The warm weather continues. Our highs are going to be knocking on the door of 80 degrees today, and then you're going to see the mild and mugginess tonight and another round of clouds and fog for daybreak Saturday. So when are we finally going to see a change in the weather department? And the answer is when that next big cold front gets here. Now at this point it looks big and bad, but watch, the rain's going to fall apart. The front's not going to fall apart. That's still going to move through Monday morning very early, and then here comes the Arctic blast that's going to be felt most of the area most of next week. As you can see, that next front, that next system is not going to be a big rainmaker. Barely any measurable rain over the next 7 days. So for today, we'll get rid of the fog before 10 o'clock in the morning, then partly cloudy with a warm high of 79 degrees. For tonight, your Friday evening plans are good to go. It's going to be dry and it's going to be warm. You probably won't even want the jacket. The overnight low, not so low at 62 degrees. So in the 7-day forecast, 3 more days, 1, 2, 3, where we're going to see warm temperatures and then a big change on Monday. Get ready for the cold stuff because we're going to go from 80 degrees on Sunday to temperatures in the upper 20s as we get to Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So it looks like we're going to close out the year and ring in the new year with cold temperatures. 7:10 right now. Johnny A., how are the roads?
We're starting to get a little bit of fog in and around some of the areas that we didn't have fog earlier. If you're going out toward New Orleans, we had a little bit of fog too. In fact, let's zoom in on Denham Springs. I'll put the fog tracker on right here, and we're definitely seeing fog. Bonnet-Carré Spillway getting a little bit of fog, but more importantly, the northern part of the Pontchartrain Causeway is a little foggy this morning. Winds are very, very minimal crossing Lake Pontchartrain, so we got a little fog advisory in effect on the causeway north and southbound. Meanwhile, back here, this is I-12 near the Denham Springs area. This is that Airline Highway. If you're coming in from Denham, westbound traffic right here. Very light traffic this morning approaching Drusilla. Here's the 1012 merge, and this is from our DOT camera, and right past that near College and Acadian, that is our WAFB Gordon McKernan First Alert traffic camera right here at the City Place area. And this one's actually across from City Place on Constitution Avenue, and we can see the Marriott. A little cloudy this morning too, so be aware of that. Maybe some sunshine later this afternoon. 7:11, you're watching WAFB 9 News Now, and we'll continue right after this with Liz Coe. Stay with us.
Well, here at 7:12, we want to go over a couple of headlines before we let you go for the morning. State police investigating a deadly crash that happened in Gramercy. This was Christmas morning. We're told 4 people were killed, 2 others are injured. You see 3 of the names up there. 3 of the victims are actually from Baton Rouge. 35-year-old Tyrion Parker, 29-year-old Kendrick Robertson, 35-year-old Gavin Harvey, all from Baton Rouge area. We're told those victims and another victim from Shreveport, 22-year-old Christina Gillum, were all killed. State police says none of them were wearing their seatbelts in the vehicle. Another teenager and the driver of another vehicle, they are currently in the hospital for their injuries, but state police again urging everyone to wear their seatbelts before getting in a car at any point in time. We also want to let you know about another investigation. The Baton Rouge Police Department investigating now a homicide death. Police say they responded to a shooting around 1:30. This is Wooddale Boulevard, not far from Florida. We're told when officers got to the scene, they found 37-year-old Stanley Lofton in the driver's seat of his vehicle with multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital, but that's eventually where he died. BRPD again investigating this as a homicide, but if you know anything about it, they're asking you to call Crime Stoppers. Thankfully, we know what started this fire here at a business in West Baton Rouge Parish. We're told an electrical fire is to blame for a fire late last night at Juno's Cajun Meats in Irwinville. West Baton Rouge Fire Department tells us they were out there late responding to it and putting it out. Thankfully, nobody was there at the time as the store was closed on Christmas Day, and that fire happened right around 10 o'clock at night. Keep in mind if you're making your way to the mall or some local stores to make returns today, depending on the method of how you return something, it just might cost you. In fact, the National Retail Federation expects about $50 billion worth of merchandise will be returned. Know before you go. Go ahead and check. Johnny, bless you.
Don't let time run out. These are the final days of Happy Honda Days at Team Honda. It's your last chance to make no payments for 90 days on every new Honda, plus get clearance pricing on select new Hondas. Hurry in now before time runs out at Team Honda on Seagan Lane.